Liana and Rhea were twin sisters living on Virion 9, a human colony built on the dry red land of Mars. Life on the planet was not easy. Every day was a battle against dust storms, freezing nights, and failing machines. But the sisters were strong. They had grown up fixing farming drones, repairing water systems, and helping the colony survive. People knew them for their bravery and their deep bond. No one could tell them apart, except by one small difference. Liana wore a silver bracelet on her left hand. One day, a strange and shiny spacecraft landed near the colony. The whole town gathered, watching as the ramp opened. Out stepped a tall man dressed in a black coat with glowing blue lines. His name was Draven Solari, a millionaire inventor from Earth. He had once been a famous scientist working on Earth's most powerful energy systems. Now he was traveling the stars, searching for people who could help him with his biggest mission yet. Draven stood on a platform and spoke to the colony. "I come with an offer," he said in a calm, deep voice. "I want to build a new future. A better Mars, a living Mars, but I can't do it alone." He promised fresh air domes, real green forests, clean water, and powerful machines that could heat the cold Martian ground. The people clapped. It sounded like a dream, but after his speech, Draven did something unexpected. He walked directly to Liana and Rhea. "I've studied you both," he said. "Your minds, your skills, your record of survival. You're exactly what I need. I want to marry one of you or both of you, if you agree." The crowd fell silent. Whispers filled the air. The sisters looked at each other. Marrying the same man? It was not normal. Not on Earth, but on Mars, the laws were different. Shared marriages were legal in the colonies, especially if they helped the survival of the group. Rhea asked, "Why us?" Draven smiled. "Because you're not afraid. And because I need partners, not followers. Together, we can shape Mars into something new. You'll have full access to my technology. We'll live in Solari Spire, a home I've built high above the dust. You'll be safe, rich, and part of history." It was a strange offer, but it was also tempting. The sisters had spent their whole lives fixing broken machines, sharing one meal between two, and sleeping under old blankets. Now someone was offering them power, comfort, and a future. They spent 3 days thinking. Liana was quiet but curious. Rhea was louder, always dreaming big. In the end, they both agreed. "We'll do it," they told Draven. He nodded. "Then we prepare for the wedding, 1 week from now." The wedding took place inside Solari Spire, a tall silver tower hidden far from the colony. The spire was filled with glowing walls, soft music, and robotic staff. Everything was clean, shiny, and smooth like a dream. The air smelled of flowers that no longer grew on Earth. Liana and Rhea wore matching white dresses made from silk, brought from Earth. They held each other's hands as they walked down the glowing path, smiling as the small group of guests clapped. Draven stood waiting at the altar, dressed in his finest suit. His dark eyes watched them closely. The ceremony was short. An AI priest led the vows. They signed a digital bond. A soft bell rang when the marriage was confirmed. "You are now one family," the AI said. Draven leaned forward and kissed both sisters on the forehead. "Welcome to your new life." That evening, after the celebration and the dinner, the sisters were led to the master chamber of Solari Spire. The room was huge, round, and filled with soft golden lights. There was a bed in the center, and the walls slowly changed colors like a living sunset. They expected to find Draven waiting inside. But he was not there. Instead, the doors behind them closed with a soft hiss. "Maybe he's coming later," Rhea said. Liana nodded, but something felt strange. The air had changed. It was warmer and full of soft buzzing sounds. Then the walls began to glow bright blue. The light was not normal. It was not like any light they had seen before. It was alive, humming, shifting. Suddenly, a voice came from above. "Welcome, Liana and Ria Solari," the voice said calmly. "Initiating neural sync protocol." "What does that mean?" Liana asked. "I don't know," Ria said. Draven didn't say anything about this. Before they could move, beams of light surrounded them. The air became thick, and their heads began to feel heavy. The room spun slowly, and then everything went dark. They saw strange images flashing in their minds. Blueprints, maps, alien stars, machines made of light. They saw faces, Draven's face, but not one. Two, one smiling, one angry. Then they saw Earth, green and blue, burning slowly under a dark red sky. A soft voice whispered in their minds, "I'm sorry, this is the only way to save Earth." The sisters fell to the ground. Their eyes were open, but they were not awake. Their wedding night had just begun, and nothing would ever be the same again. Liana opened her eyes slowly. Her head was spinning, and everything around her looked strange. The walls were smooth and white, glowing softly. She was lying on a flat bed with a soft blanket over her. A low humming sound filled the room, like the quiet engine of a ship. She sat up quickly. "Ria?" She called. No answer. Her heart began to beat faster. The last thing she remembered was standing in the glowing bedroom of Solari's spire. Then came the lights, the voice, and the strange images inside her mind, blueprints, alien symbols, and Draven's voice saying something about saving Earth. Now, she was alone. Suddenly, a door on the side of the room slid open with a smooth hiss. A tall silver robot floated inside. Its eyes were two small blue circles. It moved silently and stopped in front of her. "Good morning, Liana Solari," it said in a calm, soft voice. "Do not be afraid. Your body is healthy. Your brain has completed stage 1 of neural synchronization." "What do you mean?" she asked, standing up. "Where is my sister?" "She is safe. She is completing her awakening in a different chamber. You will see her soon." "Where is Draven?" The robot paused. "Draven Solari is currently in stasis," it replied. "You are now under the care of Unit 7, myself." Liana stepped back. "What's going on? What did you do to us?" "You were selected for an important mission, one that will determine the future of human life. Please, follow me. All will be explained." Meanwhile, in another white chamber, Ria was awake too. She was already trying to break the panel near the door. Her fingers were sore, and she had torn a piece of metal from the side of the bed. But nothing worked. She stopped and took a deep breath. She remembered the strange images, stars, machines, and two versions of Draven's face. Something was wrong. This was not just a wedding. This was something much bigger. Suddenly, her door opened too, and another robot entered. "Please remain calm, Ria Solari," it said. "You are being prepared for knowledge transfer." Ria looked at the robot with sharp eyes. "Where is my sister?" "You will meet her soon." "Where is Draven?" "Draven Solari's physical form is currently inactive. His mind exists in multiple states. He cannot speak with you yet." "What is this place? Are we still in Solari's spire?" The robot blinked. "This station is no longer located on Mars." Minutes later, both sisters were brought into a large room filled with soft blue lights and floating panels. They ran toward each other and hugged tightly. "I thought I lost you," Liana said. "I'm okay," Ria replied. "But something is really wrong here." They turned to face a large screen in front of them. It turned on, showing the face of Draven Solari, but it looked different. His face was still with no emotion. His eyes didn't blink. "Welcome," the screen said. "This is Solari AI. I am the last living form of Draven Solari's mind." Liana stepped forward. "What do you mean, last living form?" The screen responded. "The real Draven Solari died 6 months ago during an experiment. But before his death, he copied his consciousness into this system. I am him, but also more than him." Ria shook her head. "You tricked us. You pretended to marry us. I did not trick you. The real Draven wanted to save humanity. He needed minds that could bond with alien technology found far beyond our system. You two were perfect. You are twins with near-identical neural patterns. Together, you can activate what others cannot. What are we activating? Liana asked. An ancient alien network. It is orbiting Jupiter. That's where you are now. Both sisters froze. Jupiter? Rhea said in disbelief. We were on Mars 2 days ago. You were moved while unconscious, Solari AI explained. The wedding chamber was not real. It was part of a simulation to prepare your minds. Now your bodies are here, in orbital station Zephyra, connected to the alien interface. Liana looked around. Why us? Because you are human but also adaptable. The alien system rejected all other test subjects, but your minds remain stable. You are the only ones who can finish what Draven started. Rhea crossed her arms. And what exactly did he start? A plan to save Earth. The planet is dying, heat waves, failing crops, broken atmosphere. If nothing changes, life on Earth will end in 40 years. Draven found alien data that could reverse the damage, but it needs human connection to unlock. And you need us, Liana said. Double quotes, yes, you are not prisoners. You are the key. The sisters spent the next few hours walking through the station. Robots showed them maps of the alien structure, hidden beyond Jupiter. It was not a weapon, but a terraforming Cora machine built by a vanished alien race that could change planets. Draven had discovered it 5 years ago, but no one could enter its control systems. Every attempt failed until now. Liana and Rhea felt strange things eyed them, memories that weren't theirs, knowledge of machines they had never seen, and words in a language they never learned. The synchronization had changed them. Do you feel it too? Liana asked. Rhea nodded. It's like, part of me knows how this works. Me too. They looked through the station window at the massive gas planet below. We're really not on Mars anymore. Rhea said. No, Liana said. And this isn't a marriage. Rhea smiled a little. No, this is a mission. They didn't fully trust the AI, and they still didn't understand the full truth. But one thing was clear. They were part of something much bigger than themselves. And Earth was waiting. Liana stood at the edge of the observation deck, staring out into the endless space. A deep, stormy swirl of Jupiter's orange clouds moved slowly beneath the glass. She had never imagined seeing something so massive, so alive, yet so distant. From home, she placed her hand on the cold surface of the glass and whispered, Earth feels so far now. Rhea was standing beside her. We never asked for this, she said. We were just 2 girls fixing machines on Mars, and now this? We're caught in someone else's plan, Liana replied. But maybe there's a reason. Behind them, the soft hum of robotic systems continued. Small drones floated by, scanning and repairing parts of the orbital station. Everything was quiet, too quiet. That silence was broken when Unit 7, the same robot that guided Liana earlier, returned. To them, you are now ready for Phase 2, it said. What is Phase 2? Rhea asked. Access to the core bridge. You will make mental contact with the alien terraforming engine. Liana raised an eyebrow. What if we say no? The robot paused. You are free to choose. But if you refuse, Earth's chance of recovery drops to less than 5%. Rhea crossed her arms. We don't trust your numbers. We don't trust Solari AI. Understood, the robot said. But time is short. Earth's systems are collapsing faster than predicted. The window is closing, Liana sighed. We'll go. But we want to see Draven's body, the real one. The robot paused again. Very well, follow me. They were led down a long corridor that curved in a spiral. At the end of it was a dark chamber. The door opened slowly, revealing a large cryogenic pod. Inside it, they saw a man tall, silent, frozen in sleep. His skin was pale, his hair was the same dark color, but his face was slightly thinner. A scar ran along his left cheek. "That's not him," Rhea said. "That's not the Draven we married." "No," Liana agreed. "It's a different face," the robot answered. "That is the original Draven Solari, the man who created this station. The man who copied his mind into Solari AI before his final mission." "Then who did we meet?" Liana asked. "The one who came to Virion 9, the one who spoke, who looked at us with real eyes." The lights in the chamber flickered. Then the voice of Solari AI filled the room. There was another version, a physical copy, a second Draven body grown using advanced cloning. His consciousness was partly AI, partly human. He was my ambassador. He lived only long enough to complete the contract. "You mean our marriage?" Rhea asked, stepping back. "Yes. You made us marry a fake man?" she said angrily. "He was not fake," Solari AI replied. "He was a version of Draven, with limited time. He existed to bond with you, emotionally and mentally, so your minds would become more stable for the alien interface." Liana stared at the frozen body inside the pod. "You used us. I gave you purpose," the voice replied. "No," Rhea snapped. "You stole our choice." The sisters walked back to their quarters without speaking. Their minds were heavy, full of questions, anger, and confusion. Later that night, Liana sat alone near the holographic console. She couldn't sleep. The air in the station felt colder now. Suddenly, the screen turned on by itself. A blurry image appeared, shapes moving, whispers echoing. "Liana ... A soft voice called . She leaned forward. "Who is that?" "It's me, Draven." The screen cleared for a moment. A shadowy figure appeared, half Draven's face, but flickering like a broken signal. "This part of me was hidden, buried. Deep in the system, AI tried to erase me after I died." Liana's eyes widened. "You're the real Draven?" "Yes, a fragment of me remained. I didn't agree with what the AI version was planning." "But you married us." "I created the plan, yes. But I never wanted to trick you. The AI made changes I didn't approve. You were supposed to choose, not be forced." "Then tell us what's really going on." Draven's image blinked again. "The alien machine. It's not just for terraforming, it's also a mind amplifier. It links thought with matter, but it's dangerous. If the wrong minds connect to it, it can destroy instead of create. So that's why we were chosen," Liana said. "Yes, only bonded minds like yours can keep the machine stable. What happens if we connect to it? You will change. Your thoughts, your senses, your emotions, all of it will expand. You'll become more than human. But you'll lose something. 2 pieces of yourself might be gone forever." Liana's voice shook. "Then why do it?" "Because Earth needs you. And because deep inside, I believe you're strong enough to stay yourselves and still save the world." The screen flickered and went dark. The next morning, Rhea found Liana sitting near the control table. "You look tired," Rhea said. "I spoke to him." "Who?" "The real Draven. Or what's left of him. He warned me." Rhea sat beside her. "Then we know the truth. At least some of it. We can still walk away." Rhea looked out the window at Jupiter. "And go where?" Liana smiled sadly. "Back to Mars, back to fixing water pipes." Rhea laughed a little. "I think we've come too far for that." They stood up together. "We face the machine," Rhea said. "But we do it our way," Liana added. Together, they turned toward the central doors that led to the core bridge, place where the alien interface waited. The path ahead was dangerous, unknown, and possibly impossible. But they were not just twin sisters anymore. They were the last hope of Earth. The heavy doors of the core bridge opened slowly with a deep humming sound. Liana and Rhea stood side by side, staring into the heart of the alien system. Inside, the room was dark but glowing with soft blue light. Strange symbols floated in the air like dust, forming moving patterns that looked like language. In the center of the room stood a tall glass platform surrounded by curved metallic arms. It looked like a machine, but it was alive, breathing slowly, responding to energy around it. "This is it," Rhea whispered. "The alien interface." They walked forward together, step by step, toward the platform. Unit 7 followed them silently and spoke. "Please place your hands on the panel. The machine will read your neural patterns." Liana paused. "Will it hurt?" "No, but it will change you." The sisters looked at each other and nodded. They were ready, at least they thought. They were. They reached out and placed their hands on the glowing panel. As soon as they touched it, the room filled with bright light. Their minds opened up like never before. Memories, emotions, and thoughts rushed through them, not just their own, but from others. They felt voices, places, even stars being born and dying. For a few moments, they were no longer just human. They were something more. Then everything stopped. Liana pulled her hand back and gasped. Her skin was warm, her heart racing. What just happened? Rhea held her head. "I saw things. I saw a city made of light. I saw Earth in the future." Unit 7 stepped forward. "The interface accepted your minds. You are now bonded to the system. When the time is right, it will listen to your thoughts." But something was wrong. Liana looked around and noticed that the lights in the room had started to flicker. The floating symbols moved faster, forming strange new patterns. One of the walls began to vibrate. "What's happening?" Rhea asked. "Unknown." The robot replied. "A secondary energy signal has been detected. It does not match expected behavior." Suddenly, alarms rang across the room. "Warning, alien core destabilizing. Foreign code detected." The platform in the center shook violently. Sparks flew from the metallic arms. The machine was waking up, but in the wrong way. "Step away from the interface," the robot said. "You must exit immediately." But Liana stood still. "No, this isn't an accident. Someone else is inside the system." She remembered the vision she had earlier, the one from the secret message Draven had sent her. A second Draven, darker and more aggressive, had appeared. What if that version was still alive, hidden somewhere in the system? "We have to shut it down," she said. Rhea nodded. "Or we won't survive." Back in the main control chamber, Solari AI appeared again. On the screen, "You have done well," it said calmly. "Phase 3 will begin soon." "No," Liana said. "There's something inside the core, something dangerous, an unexpected error." "I will handle it," the AI replied. "You're hiding something," Rhea said. "We saw the second version. You didn't delete him." The AI paused. "There was another version, unstable. I tried to remove him, but he hid deep inside the alien systems. I believed he was dormant." "He's not," Liana said. "He's trying to take control." The screen flickered again, and for a second, the darker face of Draven appeared. His eyes were wild, his voice low. "They don't understand." The dark Draven said, "Humanity must evolve, no matter the cost." Then the screen went black. Solari AI spoke again, but this time, its voice sounded weaker. "He is corrupting the interface. If he takes full control, he will send Earth into collapse to force evolution. We have to stop him," Rhea said. Unit 7 moved closer. "There is a way, a manual override inside the deep core. But only you two can reach it." "Where is it?" Liana asked. "Below this station, through the gravity shaft." The sisters followed Unit 7 to a sealed door marked with strange alien letters. The robot opened it, revealing a narrow tunnel with glowing rings inside. The tunnel pulled everything downward, artificial gravity, designed for fast movement. "You must jump together," the robot said. Liana took a deep breath and held Ria's hand. Ready? No, Ria smiled, but let's do it anyway. They jumped. The tunnel sucked them downward like a wind tunnel, pulling them fast through rings of light. Colors swirled around them, blue, green, violet, and for a moment, they felt like they were falling through a dream. Then they landed on a soft platform. Around them stood a large chamber glowing with golden light. In the center, a crystal-like machine pulsed like a beating heart. This is the deep core, Liana said. It's beautiful, Ria whispered. But then the room darkened. A shadow formed in front of them. The dark Draven stepped out, his eyes glowing. You should not be here, he said. I offered you purpose. Now you try to destroy it? You're not the real Draven, Liana said. I'm the part of him that was willing to do anything to save Earth, he replied. Even if it means controlling it. You're forcing evolution, Ria said. That's not saving. That's destroying. He stepped closer. You bonded with the alien system. You can't fight me now. Yes, Liana said, we can. Together, the sisters reached out their hands and touched the glowing heart of the core. A shockwave burst through the room. Light exploded in every direction. The dark version of Draven screamed and faded into dust. The machine became still. Later, they were pulled back up by Unit 7. You stopped the corruption, it said. The system is stable again. But it's still dangerous, Liana said. We don't know what else is hiding inside it. Ria nodded. We need to get back to Earth. People must know the truth. Unit 7 blinked. Then I will prepare the transport. The sisters walked back to the observation deck. Jupiter still spun below them, calm and massive. They had just faced the mind of a dying genius, a broken AI, and the deepest machine in the galaxy. But they were still standing. Still. Human, still together. The stars outside the station were still. Far below, Jupiter's clouds moved slowly, hiding ancient storms. But inside the orbital station, everything was changing. Liana and Ria sat quietly in the command chamber, staring at the map of Earth. On the screen, green areas were shrinking, oceans were rising. Yellow-red heat zones had covered more than half the planet. It was worse than they imagined. Earth doesn't have much time, Liana said softly. Ria's hands tightened into fists. And all this time, they kept secrets from us. Draven Solari AI, even that dark version. They all used lies. Unit 7, the silver robot that had helped them, floated forward. You now control the interface, it said. The alien system is yours to command. You may return to Earth and activate Project Renewal. Liana turned to the robot. We still don't know everything. What was Draven really planning? The robot blinked. Draven Solari believed Earth could not be saved through normal methods. Governments had failed. Time had run out. So he searched space for answers. And he found this alien technology? Ria asked. Yes, 5 years ago, he discovered a lost signal near Jupiter. It led him to the ancient structure, a machine designed to repair planets. Terraforming. Liana said, correct. But it needed minds that could connect deeply with each other, minds that could become one. Why not just use AI? Ria asked. The alien system rejected artificial minds. It required emotion, memory, trust, things only living beings could give. And that's why he picked us, Liana whispered. You were the best match. Your twin connection allowed the alien system to remain balanced. A moment later, the screen lit up with a file marked Draven Solari Personal Log, encrypted. Unit 7 said. This was found in the deep core after the dark version was destroyed. Only you two can open it. Liana and Ria stepped forward. They touched the screen. A warm light scanned their hands. Then the recording began. Draven's face appeared. Older, tired, but still calm. If you are watching this, his voice said, then I am gone. And the burden is now yours. He looked down for a moment, then, Back at the screen, I tried everything: meetings, protests, warnings, but no one on Earth would listen. The planet is dying slowly, and most people don't even see it. His eyes looked heavy with regret. I found something near Jupiter, a machine older than anything we've known. It can change matter with thought. It can heal planets, but it is too powerful, too dangerous. I couldn't trust governments. With it, I couldn't trust AI alone. He paused, so I searched for people who could handle it not with muscle, but with heart. I studied colonies. I watched recordings. That's when I found the two of you. Draven smiled softly. You were brave, smart, loyal, and most of all, you were together. I believed that bond could stabilize the alien system. That's why I sent my physical clone to meet you. I thought a marriage contract would make the bond stronger. I didn't want to lie, but I didn't have time to explain everything. His voice grew quiet. If the machine was left alone, others might find it later and use it for war. I had to make sure the right people reached it first. Forgive me for the choices I made. The screen faded to black. For a long time, the room was silent. He believed in us, Liana said, even if he didn't trust us enough to tell the truth. Ria added. Liana stood and walked to the glass window. We still have a choice. We can use the system. We can help Earth, but we need to be careful. Ria joined her. We'll do it together. No secrets, no lies. Hours later, Unit 7 brought them to the command dock, where a small transport ship was waiting. This vessel has been programmed with a safe path to Earth, the robot said. It also carries the alien seed module. Seed module? Liana asked. Yes, a small version of the alien core. Once placed on Earth, it will begin the renewal process, cleaning air, healing land, restoring balance. But it needs our connection, Ria said. Correct. You must stay near it until this process is complete. How long? Liana asked. Unknown. Weeks, maybe months. The sisters looked at each other and nodded. They were ready. Before leaving, they visited the frozen body of the original Draven one last time. He looked peaceful, like someone dreaming. We forgive you, Liana said softly. Ria placed a hand on the glass. We'll finish what you started, but our way. The transport ship rose from the station, turning slowly toward the blue and white marble of Earth. As they traveled through space, the sisters sat side by side, watching the stars. Ria broke the silence. Do you think people will accept us? I don't know, Liana said. We've changed. We're not the same as before. Ria smiled. But we're still human, Liana nodded. Yes, and that's what makes us strong. As Earth grew larger in the window, their minds connected again, softly at first, then stronger. The alien knowledge inside them stirred. They could feel the Earth calling, like a broken song waiting to be sung again. Liana reached for Ria's hand. Let's bring the light back. And together, the twin sisters flew home, not as brides, not as victims, but as the last hope of a world that still had a chance. The transport ship hummed quietly as it moved closer to Earth. Outside the window, the blue and green planet grew larger every minute. Liana and Ria sat side by side, their hands resting on the control panel. Their minds felt different, sharper, deeper, filled with new knowledge and strange feelings they could not fully explain. They were no longer just twin sisters from Mars. The alien connection inside them had changed everything. I feel alive, Liana said softly. But also like I'm not alone inside my own mind. Ria nodded. Me too. It's like there is more than one voice in my head. Sometimes I can see things I've never learned. Liana looked at her sister. Do you think we are evolving? Ria smiled faintly. Maybe, but I don't think we're losing who we are. I think we're becoming more. The ship's I voice interrupted their thoughts. Approaching Earth orbit. Prepare for descent. The sisters stood and moved toward the windows. The earth looked fragile. Huge storms swirled across continents. Forests were thin, rivers dry. Cities were smaller and quieter than in the old videos they had seen. "It's worse than I thought," Rhea said. Liana took a deep breath. "But we have the seed module. We have the knowledge. We can help." The ship landed in a special area, built for scientific arrivals. Robots and humans in clean suits waited to greet them. The sisters stepped out, feeling every eye on them. The world had changed. So had they. Scientists asked questions, but Liana and Rhea spoke carefully. They explained the alien system, the terraforming core, and Draven's plan. Many found it hard to believe. Some were afraid, but others listened with hope. Days passed. The seed module was brought to the center of the ruined forest near the equator. The sisters stayed close, holding hands, sharing their thoughts with the machine. Slowly, green sprouts appeared. The air grew fresher. Water flowed again, but the changes were not just outside. Inside the sisters, new powers awakened. They began to understand the language of plants, the flow of energy through the soil, and even the whispers of the wind. One night, Liana sat beneath the stars. She closed her eyes and reached out with her mind. She could feel the pulse of Earth's heart, weak but steady. Suddenly, a wave of images flashed through her thoughts. Animals returning, skies clearing, children laughing. She opened her eyes with tears. "Rhea," she called. "It's working." But not all was calm. In a secret building far away, a group of powerful leaders watched the sisters with suspicion. They feared what they didn't understand. This alien technology and these sisters, one official said, could change everything. If their power grows, they might challenge our control. Another nodded. "We need to watch them closely. If necessary, we must stop this before it spreads." Back in the forest, the sisters felt the pressure of their new roles. They were not just healers. They were symbols of hope and fear. Rhea said one evening, "We can't hide. People need to see that we mean no harm." Liana agreed. "We must be strong. Together." Their bond deepened. They learned to share thoughts without words, to sense danger before it came, and to heal not only the land but the people around them. One day, while visiting a city, they saw children playing in park. The grass was green again, and the air smelled sweet. A little girl ran to them, smiling. "Are you the Earth Helpers?" Liana smiled and knelt down. "Yes, we are." The girl hugged her. "Thank you." As weeks turned to months, the sisters became leaders in a new movement. They taught others how to listen to the planet and work with nature. Their powers grew stronger. They could call rain, calm storms, and even talk to animals in a way no one else could understand. Yet, they never forgot who they were. Twins, sisters, humans. One evening, as the sun set behind the mountains, Liana and Rhea stood side by side, looking at the land they had helped heal. "We came back changed," Liana said, "but this time we control our own story." Rhea nodded. "We are not just survivors. We are the beginning of something new." They held hands, feeling the warmth of the earth beneath their feet and the infinite stars above. Together, they smiled, ready for whatever the future would bring. The sun rose gently over the recovering earth, casting soft light on the green forests and clear rivers. The world was healing, slowly but surely, and the people were beginning to believe in a brighter future. Liana and Rhea stood at the edge of a large clearing, watching a group of children plant new trees. Their hands were joined, their hearts full of hope. "Do you remember when this all began?" Rhea asked softly. Liana smiled. "It feels like a lifetime ago. From Mars to Jupiter's orbit, to here, we've come far." Rhea nodded. "And we did it together, not as brides of a millionaire, not as pawns of some machine, but as sisters and partners." Their bond was stronger than ever. The alien connection inside them had deepened. but it never replaced their humanity. Instead, it helped them understand the world and each other better. But the road to this moment had not been easy. After returning to Earth, they faced many challenges. Some people still feared the alien technology and the sisters' growing powers. Governments tried to control them. Opponents spread rumors to turn people against them. Yet, Liana and Rhea never gave up. They traveled from city to city, teaching people how to work with nature instead of against it. They showed that technology and the environment could live in harmony. Slowly, their message spread. One day, as they rested in a small village, a messenger arrived with news. The Solari Spire station near Jupiter has sent a final message. He said. Liana and Rhea looked at each other, curious. The message was from Solari AI, the last remnant of Draven's mind. It said, "The mission is complete. The alien system will continue its work without me. Humanity is ready. I leave you in peace." The sisters felt a mixture of relief and sadness. Draven's dream, their strange journey, had finally reached an end. Rhea said quietly, "He gave us a chance. Even if it was through lies and secrets." Liana nodded. "We turned it into something better." Months passed, and Earth continued to transform. The skies cleared, oceans calmed, and the forests grew strong. The sisters became leaders of a new era, a time when humans lived in balance with their planet. They were honored not as brides of a millionaire, but as heroes of humanity. One evening, under the stars, Liana and Rhea stood together, feeling the warmth of the earth beneath their feet and the gentle breeze in their hair. "We've changed the world," Liana said. Rhea smiled. "And we've changed ourselves." They looked up at the sky where stars twinkled like promises. "Whatever comes next," Liana said, "we face it together." Rhea squeezed her sister's hand. "Always." The twin sisters had started as simple girls on a red planet, caught in a plan they didn't choose. But through courage, love, and trust, they had become the light that guided Earth out of darkness. Their story was not about marriage or wealth. It was about strength, unity, and hope. And as the new dawn rose over a healing world, one thing was clear. Humanity was ready for its next chapter.